Hey guys, thanks for visiting Extreme Health Radio, where we have weekly radio shows designed to empower you to take back control of your health and life. This audio blog is brought to you by Morocco Method. This is raw, vegan, organic, wildcrafted, picked on the lunar cycle hair and skincare products. They leave your hair and skin feeling shiny and clean. And even if you have oily hair, it really helps to restore the balance. If you're interested in checking out these products, go to extremehealthradio.com/mm for Morocco Method, and they are also in our store if you're interested in looking at these products or purchasing them. All right, let's get going. So today's blog is titled, I Really Need to Get Away for a While. Welcome to the Feel Good Project, day 16. Today was a very long, almost, 10.5-hour day working at the salon all day on a Saturday, and like clockwork, my digestion has been the funkiest since it was last Saturday, with a really good week of feeling pretty good in between. I started to think this is a really bizarre but explainable pattern. It seems like every Friday afternoon and into the evening, my body seems to get a bit off. And last Friday night, same thing happened. And last night, which was Friday as well, was no exception. And I went to work, and although my clients were really lovely today and pretty much enjoyable all day long, sometimes that's really not the case, and people just are energy vampires and really suck the life out of me. Today wasn't one of those days. But I really just realized at the end of a day just how much my heart is not in my work, and it hasn't been for so long now. I've been keeping journals since I was 6 years old, if you can believe that, and I've always written diaries. I had one with a little key on it and a little lock, and I remember being 6, writing what probably were the thoughts of a 6-year-old that were very important at the time. But I was cleaning out my closet the other day, and I found writings from 2010, 11, 12, and 13, and unfortunately, in all of those journals, I had written about how much I was really needing to find something more fulfilling to my soul, and that was for all those years. Looking back, I just wonder why some people like me have a harder time hanging on and a really hard time making decisions to leave something when they know their soul is calling them to something higher. I have friends and people in my life that really sit on an idea for a few months and then decide to make a bold move. And I also know people that act on their impulses much faster, and they act in a matter of hours or days even. So sometimes I wonder, why do I feel like I'm stuck on the spin cycle all these years when other people are really moving on in life? It's probably because me, like most people, get into this vicious cycle of getting suckered into buying things that we can't really afford, and we get locked into making a certain amount of money to pay those things off, and it really causes a form of slavery, I think, to our hearts and our passions. How can we really find, much less pursue, our true passions and life purpose when we're empty, in debt, sick, stressed, and extremely poor? And I have brought this all on by myself. So being made very aware a while back that I needed to make changes in my life, I decided to get on a solitude retreat last year. And it was to really have a vision quest of sorts, to really listen to my heart and tap in and go in internally to really listen. And I got so much out of it last year that I decided I really needed to get away this year and get silent again so I could really listen to my heart. So this year's different because I actually know the general idea of where I'm going in life and where I believe I'm being led, but I'm really needing to still get away from the noise and the everyday distraction of life and habits that really pull me away from listening internally to my heart. Being alone with myself, truly alone with no one else around, is the only time I think I ever really heard my heart speak in such a clear manner. And that's a really sad state of affairs, as those times are so very few in life, and they're way too few in my opinion. So I'm very, very excited to get out into nature this coming week, armed with books and workbooks and audios to really help me along on the path back to my heart. So just the thought of knowing I get to go this next week kept me energized all day through my long work day, which I am super grateful for. Last November, when I embarked on my first solitude retreat, it was so impactful that I made a vow that every year I would do this and make this trek up. And ideally, I would love to do it at every season change within the year, which would be 4 times. But even if I only make it 1, I'm trying to stay true to the promise I made with my intention last year of leaving the retreat center. So the intention of the retreat this year is to try to actually have no intention I don't know if that's right or that's wrong, because I know in a lot of books I've read about vision quests of sorts, you're supposed to go with a clear intention, but I just want to be. So maybe that is an intention in itself, but I'm going to just be. I'm going to open myself up to what I need to hear, and that's going to happen, I believe, through really being still and listening. And whatever comes up, my hope is to pass no judgment with myself, whatever comes my way. I'm really amped and excited to see what surfaces for me while I'm away on this trip, as I just know it's going to be good no matter what happens. Soul nourishment is a category I have added to the prescription I had written for myself, which, thank you, Litha Rankin, from her book Mind Over Medicine, which I love, which I read a few months back. And I wrote myself a personal prescription for getting well again and feeling good. I wrote it a few months back in regard to what I really need to get better and heal when I truly listen to myself. And my prescription included soul nourishment. So that's what I'll be doing on my retreat, and I can't wait. So my feel-good moment of the day today was that I woke up extra early this morning, although I still go to bed way too late at night for my liking. But I had to really have time to make sure that I could care for me before going to serve others all day long, because it was about a 10-plus hour day, and if I don't start it out carefully, I know it usually doesn't go well. So I also loved the fact that it was super chilly outside this morning for California, which makes me so happy. And with this couple hours I had before work, I managed to make soup in the slow cooker for dinner so that it would be ready when I got home after the long day ahead. And I took Maggie on a longer than usual walk at the beach. And I actually had time to take a proper shower before work. I did all the dishes in the sink, and I actually drank tons and tons and tons of water to start my day out right. I need to be hydrated on a long day, as we do every day. But I'm really realizing on long work days, self-care is even more important than regular non-work days. And they really help me get through with a better attitude. And I smile a lot more, and I feel shinier and healthier and just better overall about life. And that is so extra special and definitely worth waking up extra early for. So what was your feel-good moment for today? If you would like to read this particular post, leave a comment and get all the links. Go to extremehealthradio.com/KAB225. I'm sorry, 25. That stands for Kate's Audio Blog 25. Thanks. If you like this information, please help Justin and I out by subscribing and leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes. Just search for Extreme Health Radio, all one word. Justin and I have a ton of radio shows filled with authors, scientists, doctors, amazing people teaching you cutting-edge material and healing protocols that one day just might help save your or a loved one's life. Also, don't forget to grab our free gift to you by going to extremehealthradio.com/subscribe and join thousands of others who have already done so. Thanks for listening.